To be in charge of means to manage or to have responsibility for. Jane is in charge of the office while Mrs. Hilton is on a business trip. Who is in charge of arrangements for the dance next week? As soon as means just after or when. As soon as it started to snow, the children ran outside with big smiles on their faces. I'm busy now, but I'll meet you as soon as I have finished this work. To have a good time means to enjoy oneself. We all had a good time at the class reunion last night. Did you have a good time at the park? In no time means very quickly or rapidly. Max said that he'd be ready to leave in no time. We thought that the meeting would take 2 hours, but it was over in no time. To hang out means to spend time, usually being idle or unproductive. Lucy likes to hang out and play video games with her friends. I spent all weekend hanging out at home. I didn't do anything exciting. To hang up means to place clothes on a hanger or to stop using a telephone at the end of a conversation. George hung up and sat back in his chair. Would you like me to hang up your coat in the closet? To count on means to trust someone in time of need. I can count on my parents to help me in an emergency. Don't count on Frank to lend you any money. He doesn't have any. To make friends means to become friendly with others. Patty is a shy girl and doesn't make friends easily. During the cruise, Ron made friends with almost everyone on the ship. Out of order means not in working condition. The elevator was out of order, so we had to walk to the 10th floor of the building. We couldn't use the soft drink machine because it was out of order. To put out means to extinguish. No smoking is allowed in here. Please put out your cigarette. The firefighters worked hard to put the fire out. To get to means to arrive at a place or to annoy or upset someone. I missed the bus and couldn't get to the office until 10 o'clock. After a while, his teasing started to get to me. To look over means to inspect closely or to examine. I want to look my homework over again before I give it to the teacher. He'd been looking over the leaflets he had picked up earlier. All of a sudden means suddenly or without warning. All of a sudden, Ed appeared at the door. We weren't expecting him to drop by. All of a sudden, Mitch got up and left the house without any explanation. Ahead of time means before a scheduled time or event. I knew ahead of time that Carrie was coming to dinner, so I cooked extra food. If you take time off of work, you should tell your boss ahead of time. To point out means to show, to indicate, or to bring to one's attention. What important buildings did the tour guide point out to you? The teacher pointed out the mistakes in my homework. To be up means to expire or to be finished, used only with the word time as the subject. The time is up, the teacher said at the end of the test period. We have to leave the tennis court because our hour is up. To be over means to be finished or to end. After the dance was over, we all went to a restaurant. The meeting was over 10 minutes earlier than everyone expected. On time means exactly at the correct time or punctually. I thought that Mitch would arrive late, but he was right on time. Did you get to work on time this morning? In time to means before the time necessary to do something. We entered the theater just in time to see the beginning of the movie. The truck was not able to stop in time to prevent an accident. To call it a day or to call it a night means to stop working for the rest of the day or rest of the night. Alan tried to repair his car engine all morning before he called it a day and went fishing. We've been working hard on this project all evening. Let's call it a night. To figure out means to solve or to understand. How long did it take you to figure out the answer to the math problem? I was never able to figure it out. To think of means to have a good or bad opinion of. I don't think much of him as a baseball player. He's a slow runner and a poor hitter. James thinks highly of his new boss, who is a kind and helpful person. To be about to means to be at the moment of doing something or to be ready. I was about to leave when you called me. Oh, hi, Joe. We're just about to eat dinner. To turn around means to move or face in the opposite direction or to completely change the condition of. She turned around to wave goodbye before getting on the airplane. The company has been very successful since the new manager was able to turn it around. To take turns means to alternate or to change people while doing something. During the trip, Debbie and I took turns driving so that neither of us would tire out. I have to make sure that my two sons take turns playing the video game. To pay attention to means to look at and listen to someone while they are speaking, or to concentrate. Please pay attention to me while I'm speaking to you. You'll have to pay more attention in class if you want to get a good grade. To wear out means to use something until it has no value anymore, or to make useless through wear. When I wear out these shoes, I'll have to buy some that last longer. What do you do with your clothes after you wear them out? To throw away means to discard or to dispose of. I throw away my clothes when I wear them out. Don't throw the magazines away. I haven't read them yet. To cut down on means to reduce or to lessen. In order to lose weight, you have to cut down on your intake of sugar. How can you cut down the risk of cancer? To crack down on means to enforce or punish strictly. The school has started to crack down on smoking. Maria is finally cracking down on her son and making him help with the housework.